The title of this little video is called OBG, an oldie but a goodie. Now it's for sure an oldie, and it's for sure a goodie. I'm talking about the Carolina rig. Now this outfit brings back a lot of fond memories. I'll never forget fishing the Bassmaster Classic tournament back in the 70s on Clark Hill Reservoir in South Carolina. Now, as the story goes, I limited out all 3 days on 2 large schools of bass that I'd located and 2 deep water patterns that I'd located, 38 to 52 feet of water using this rig, only to lose by a couple of pounds to my good friend, the late Rail Breckenridge, in the final minutes of that tournament. My only outstanding accomplishment in that event was I was the only angler to limit out all 3 days. And I did it on the Carolina rig, a fantastic rig then, and it still is today. Okay, enough said about that. It's a known fact that the more bass we can put our lure in front of, the better our chances of having a successful day of fishing. In order to do that, we must fish the type of lure that we can cover lots of water with quickly. For shallow water fishing from 1 to 3 feet, a spinnerbait is a good choice. For mid-range depths, let's say 4 to 10 feet, a crankbait is a mighty good choice. For depths of 10 to 30 feet or deeper, this outfit, the Carolina rig, is the way to go. Like I said, it's one of the most effective ways to fish deep, clear water. You can either use it on a casting rig or a spinning rig, and you can use different size lines depending on the terrain. It's weedless, so you can fish it in grass, along ledges, around cover such as stumps, brush, but you can also fish it on a clean bottom. Best of all, it's easy and fun to use. Like I said, it's one of the best deep water fish finding techniques we have. The Carolina rig is one of bass fishing's oldest and most effective fishing techniques. Although this heavy lead, swivel, and leader technique has been used since the early 50s, it has declined in popularity as the style of bass fishing has changed over the years. But today, it's strong again, and perhaps one of the hottest techniques in bass fishing. So in the next little while, I'd like to share with you some tips on how to rig it and where I'm fishing it. But first, I think it's only fair to mention that I would never say the Carolina rig is a better rig or worse rig than the Texas rig. Both have their place. The Carolina rig isn't a replacement for the Texas rig, it's just a complement to it. Fishermen who have learned how versatile it can be will add a productive new dimension to their fishing. Good fish. Ooh. Strong fish too. Come on around here, buddy. Ooh. Good one. Come here, big boy. Say off for me. Whoa. You know, for years, anglers used plastic worms on this rig, and today many still do, but others are modifying the Carolina rig to suit existing water conditions and structure conditions. You don't have to use plastic worms at all. In fact, many fishermen don't. Many are using lizards, tubes, even floating minnows. The hook or lure leader is approximately 14 to 18 inches in length and is tied to one end of the swivel to prevent line twist. Attached to the other end of the swivel is the main line that goes to the reel. On the main line we have a 1/2 ounce sinker, and in front of that we've threaded on a bead. The plastic bead serves an important function. It helps cushion the knot from wear caused by the heavier sinker. I mean a horse. Ooh-wee. Look at that and go. He is going to grandmother's house. Boy, strong fish. I mean, strong. Get in there and get you. Woo! Tell you one thing. That big old... I'm not gonna hurt you. I'll be the last person in the world to hurt you. Okay. The length of the leader affects how your bait performs in cover. A short leader can get you more hits when bass are holding tight to cover, or are less active and won't move to the bait, especially after a front and during the winter and early spring. If bass are active or suspended above cover, a 4 to 5 foot leader can keep the bait above the cover, where the fish can see it much better. Leader length can make a big difference in your catch rate. Unlike the Texas rig, the Carolina rig allows the bait to hold over the cover and give the fish more time to react to it. The leader also works for you as the bait falls. Nope. Better fish there. Boom. Fat Jesse right there, my boy. I was saying the leader also works for you as the bait falls. Now, the Texas rig drops at a constant speed dictated by the sinker, the worm, and the line size combination. But the Carolina rig falls at sinker speed until the lead hits. Then the bait does a little two-step, changes speed, and continues down with a slower, lazier action. Like I said, this rig isn't a replacement for the Texas rig, it's just a complement to it. Once again, when you pull this rig up off of the bottom, the bait comes up with a slower rise and has a totally different movement from that of the Texas rig on the drop. The difference in presentation can often make a big difference in your catch. Bass can be very temperamental, and many times it's the little things you do that can make a big difference in success or failure. Another advantage to this rig that we're using is that you can keep it in one small area and can make it exhibit action and movement far longer than you can with the Texas rig. Whoa! It's a pretty one. There's your clouds. Look at that fish. He's still wanting to get it. Whew. Let's talk about sinker sizes. You know, when I'm fishing a Carolina rig in 8, 10, 12 feet of water, if I can get away with it, I'm going to use a 1/2 ounce size. But the most popular sizes would probably be a 3/4 ounce. And when you get in deeper depths, I'll even go to, when I'm getting down to 25, 30, 35, 40 feet of water, I might even go to a 1 ounce size. Naturally, the heavier the weight makes casting a whole lot easier, and it gets the bait down much, much quicker. And a heavier weight, you're going to get much better feel with it. You can feel it so much better. It helps, as I said, for better feel, especially in a current or when you've got wind, or when you've got a lot of water to cover in a short period of time. See, I've got that ridge marked. It's 10 feet on top of it, and it drops off on both ends. It's 35 feet on the left side. It's about 28 on the right side. That's just another spot I've got. Got several spots that I'm fishing. It's 10 on this end of it, it's 10 on the other end, 8 to 10 all the way down it. And with that ridge, it comes and it just tapers off right about here. It comes on down about, it's almost 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet, and it just tapers right on out. I'm probably hitting it about 10 right there. Another big one. Oh man. That got me up out of my seat. Oh boy, look at this. Boy, let me just get my hands in your face. Isn't that nice? This is pretty. Isn't it nice? See ya. Well, there you have it. The Carolina rig isn't just a technique, it's a complete system of fishing. And you know what is the best part of the system? It really catches bass in a big, big way. And this is what helps catch them. Use the whole bag. Got one left, but I know where I can get them. And you do too. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.